Hey there, everybody. Kyle Youmans here alongside Mickey Spagnola for the Dr. Pepper First Word as we wrap up the first preseason game of 2022 here in Denver, Colorado. And it was a ruckus crowd to begin, and then the rain hit, and then the sloppiness not only carried over from the field and the weather, but just continued all the way through. A Cowboys lost 17-7, the final score against the Denver Broncos. What were your thoughts?
Well, obviously, who you were playing, you got to remember who was playing, right? Same thing for the Broncos, so maybe their backups were better than the Cowboys' backups. If there's a silver lining in any of that, I think it was the fact that a lot of these young guys that had not played a lot of football, even guys that are in their second year, got a lot of snaps. So were they perfect? No, far from it. They had trouble defensively from covering big plays. They had let too many big plays. They played the run well, by the way, but there were too many big plays. And then offensively, obviously, the Cowboys made too many penalties, crippling a lot of drives. But look at it this way. That's probably the best we've seen Ben DiNucci play.
Yeah.
Maybe unorthodox, But he got him down the field. Simi Fehoko, we saw that before. And maybe Malik Davis. We thought maybe the top three running backs were already set. Well, I think Malik Davis put his hand up in the air and said, hey, I'm here, right? You got to consider me. I thought he had a really nice day. The offensive line struggled, but it was the backups. And I said it after the practice against the Broncos. When you look at Josh Ball, it's the first time he's played in a game since the end of the 2020 season.
In college football.
And it was in college. So did he struggle? Yeah, at times. Too many holding calls. But you know what? There was not as much holding going on as they called. There was some really questions. I thought it was the first preseason games for some officials.
For the officials as well. And yeah, you're trying to get into a little bit of a rhythm there. But that's going to be the storyline. 17 penalties, over 120 yards, nearly 130. Is that something to be worried about? Elaborate on why that either is or is not a big deal in a preseason game.
Well, generally, when you're playing young guys like that, the penalties, there's a reason for penalties, right? You're getting beat sometimes, so you hold on for dear life, right? Now, you don't like the false starts. A couple of the false starts were kind of ticky-tack. I mean, they got to the line of scrimmage. I saw one time, I forgot who it was. He was down in his stance. They weren't even close to getting into the snap count, and he just kind of reset his butt, right? He came up, and boom, there comes the flag. The one on Sam Williams for roughing the quarterback. If you can't do that in this game, you can't play. But the good thing was he got there, right? We saw his speed. We saw his power. The stats won't look good, but I think you have to remember when you play in a real game, if these young guys have to play, they're not all playing with young guys. They're playing with some of the starters.
No, that's a great point. And ultimately, there was growth. There was a little bit of knocking the rust off. And there's, of course, some question marks in this team that haven't been answered to this point. But the good thing is we're just now under a month until the first regular season game. There's a lot of growth still to be had. The Cowboys take on the Los Angeles Chargers a week from tonight. But that's it for us here from Denver, Colorado. For Mickey Spagnola, I'm Kyle Youmans. That's it for the First Word, presented by Dr. Pepper.